Good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's video, what I'd love to share with you is a test that we have done within the SEO Mastermind at seomastermind.org. And this test pertains specifically to you local business owners who have Google business profiles or Google Maps listings. Almost all of you, right? So what I want to share with you is going to hopefully impact your overall success because it has to do with missing calls inside of your Google business profile or inside your maps listing. So what we wanted to know was, does it matter, if I'm getting an onslaught of phone calls during the week on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and maybe on Wednesdays or Thursdays I'm busy, if I'm missing some of these calls, is this going to actually affect my rankings? And this is what I wanted to know. This all came about because I was working with a specific client, and what they were doing and what we were doing was sending robocalls to a competitor. Now, the reason we were robocalling, or they were robocalling, was in order to keep the phones busy. And what we realized when we were doing this, that as the phones continuously were busy, the rankings were also starting to fall. So we wanted to not only know that, hey, if we're missing these calls, is this hurting? But will this actually happen? So I want to share with you an actual test that we deployed within the mastermind group. I've done this numerous times, but this is the one that I shared within my group. We're going to start launching tests just like this one at SEOtesters.com. I would love to start sharing valuable tips, tricks, most notably tests that will drastically impact your actual business and will help you. And I want to start doing this for free because I love doing it. I love to help, and I think it'll be absolutely phenomenal. The stuff that I love to do, I want to start sharing that more openly, not only private, we'll have some private tests, but also at SEOtesters.com. Look forward to that. Enough about that. Let's get directly into this test. I can't wait to show it to you. Let's come on over here and I'll go through this test. So generally, we always build these out. We make a nice PDF, but I'll show you the raw version of it. So this is SEO Mastermind, and here's what we were testing. Does missing calls in Google business profiles hurt? Now, this was over one day because, no, this was a real business. We wanted to know if it would actually, in a real setting, because there's different types of testing. Since this is a testing type video stream, I want to point this out. There's one aspect of testing where you'll do single variable, made very popular by my friend Kyle Roof. He made it very, very popular. Single variable is great within a closed environment, but things become a lot different when you're out in the wild. So the testing that we like to do is we like to take the concepts that we learn within single variable and then actually apply them to the closed system that is Google. Right? Like, let's see what actually happens in a live environment. And that's the type of testing that we like to focus on, just like this one, right? Like, if a real business does this, what happens? More valuable for us, because I also work with clients. So let's take a look down here. Does missing calls in GBP hurt rank? So I think I left out some of the details. I just went in here and cleaned this up quick, but here's the quick setup. So we have a map listing that's getting a good amount of calls looking at the month of November to December. All right. So this was back, if you come up here, I think this was January of 2024. Yep. December 23rd to January of 2024. So very recent. All right. Pretty recent. So 175 calls made from the business profile. So that means they were clicking the call button, actually looking to make a call. So significant amount of calls were being driven here. So that's 175. And the change that we're looking at is, well, which days are we missing the calls? We set this up specifically for the test, and then we tracked it utilizing GeoGrid. All right. If you're not sure what a GeoGrid is, there's a magnitude of different tool sets out there that you can utilize. Some of the more popular ones that a lot of you may or may not know are going to be tools like Local Viking, Local Falcon. There's Search Dominator by my friend. He has Search Dominator. We have our own tool at Search Engine Optimization Tools. There's tons of them. There's tons, right? So let's scroll down here. Here's Friday. We can see the calls here. Okay. So the days that we're missing these, all right, are going to be on this Friday, as you can see. even Google, all right, within the back end is saying, hey, here's your average amount, but we're going to miss a few more here on a Friday. Is there any change? All right. So let's scroll on down here. These are just missed calls. All right. So I wanted to track this over the course of weeks, right? So note, this is a pretty large grid and the changes are not crazy because we were not trying to miss a bunch of calls over a long period of time, but we wanted to know. If we take a look on Thursday, the day we're answering the phone, and then the day we're skipping, do we drop on the day that we've missed our calls? Yes or no? And if we do, is it a lot? Is it drastic? Remember, we're looking at one day here. We're looking at a geo grid. And here we are. So I want you to take a look here. So remember, Thursday, Friday. All right. Thursday, Friday. So if we take a look here, we can see the Thursdays we start ending up Thursday, Friday, Thursday, Friday, Thursday, Friday. All right. Friday, you can see we're starting to lose some traction. Again, this isn't huge, but see where we were previously fives? Now we're look at all these sixes and eights and sevens. See, look at way more yellow here. So remember, it's one day. But was there a change? The only thing that changed is we did not answer the phone. Was there a change? Did we drop? Yes. Now let's do it again. Thursday to Friday. You can see sixes, and fives. We go from sixes and fives and some sevens to all eights and tens. And look see all the greens here? These are fives. I'll even see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see this. Here, we'll scroll down here. See? Sixes to eights, sevens to eights. One day of missing calls dropped us positions. One day. The only thing that changed. And this isn't one time. This is once, twice, and then, hey, two times. One time, hey, maybe it happened. Two times, three times in a row, missing calls. That's a fact. Would you agree with that? Right? One time could have been a fluke, but when you miss calls 3 weeks in a row on the same exact day, and each time you dump, that's as good of evidence as that we need, right? And here's one more. This is the third test, the third one in a row. Again, we're looking at the 14th to the 15th. This is Thursday to a Friday. We're missing calls on Friday. And as you can see here, sixes to sevens. See this? All sixes. Look there's sevens. We got a little bit lucky in here, but that could be anything. Not too bad of a change on this one, but still sevens to nines, sevens to eights. We're dumping position. Whatever tool you're using, you're losing overall market share. You're dropping overall. Your local voice is lowering just by missing phone calls. Let's talk about main takeaways. All right. So the main takeaways here, usually we have a really good write-up, but I just want to point this out. This is our ranking report or our SEO testing report. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. It's clear and evident. That's 3 instances in a row. Missing phone calls. Having the day that you missed the most phone calls on 3 weeks in a row, which is going to be a Friday, on a business that gets a boatload of calls. This might be a lot to some, barely any to others, but this is a medium range. I've seen other businesses get boatloads, but this is a lot of calls that come in the door, okay? When we take a look at this here, Fridays, I was just pointing this out. We watch this and track this over the course of 3 separate weeks, and in each instance, they dropped in position, rankings, and local voice. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. If you're interested in more tests like this, privately at SEOmastermind.org. We're going to start releasing these for free, complimentary at SEOtesters.com. If there's anything I could ever help you with, please ask in the section below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next Google Business Profile Local SEO Testing video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye. I got some more for you. All right. I want to pack this in because I'm just changing the way I do things. All right. I'm gonna start streaming stuff out, breaking stuff up because we're making a lot of shorts. I'm doing a lot of distribution out on the web now across multiple socials, focusing on LinkedIn, focusing on my podcast, focusing on short form. I have another shorts channel. If you just like minute-long videos, if you check out Team Palmer, you may have even have seen them on Team Palmer. It's just short form. All right. But then we're then broadcasting that same exact information on, all of them. It's everywhere. Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook groups. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, Reddit, we focus on. I really, really like LinkedIn though, just because I like the setup, but YouTube's still my favorite. So here, I want to point something out to you. So in this particular atmosphere on YouTube here, I can't show the businesses that we were testing on, but I want to point this out to you out there that may be building links to your Google business profiles. I want to point out something because I don't know if somebody did a training or what, but I've had a lot of people coming to me. It sparked a whole onslaught of SEO testing within the group for testing of where to send backlinks to. We send backlinks to KGMIDs, place URLs, short links, non-short links. We sent them into CIDs. If there was a place to send a link, we sent it. And we tested on multiple different profiles to see, hey, was there an increase, a decrease, or did they stay neutral? Did they stay flat? All right. So along with that testing, we also realized that there is a magnitude of different types of places that you can send links. Now, I want to point something out to you here. All right. So let's head right on out here to Google so I can share some information with you. All right. Now, let's go back down into here. All right. Let's look up just a local business here. This goes into the more Google business profile testing. I hope this helps you out. But if you're sending backlinks out there on the web, this will help. If you're sending them to your Google business profile, I want to point one little thing out for you, a tweak. All right. So let me pull up the details. Maybe I should have did this beforehand, but it doesn't matter the business. I just want to be mindful of the business that I showcase. So let's just go for, let's just look up a personal injury lawyer in Houston. Okay. I'm just going to grab one. All right. So here, we'll scroll down here a little bit. I want to point out a few things about the links. Now, first and foremost here, let's just pull up a business. And then if this is your business, this is just it's just a sample. I'm just doing it. This is an educational channel. All right. So I don't know who this is. I'm just showcasing information to help you and whomever else may see this. All right. So let's scroll down here. I want to point out a few things. See how there's a share link here? Okay. So when you click on this share link, what's actually created is the GCO KGS P85W here. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Same business. All right. So this is the share link. All right. So share. I want you to be mindful. So this is the share link. All right. So now I'm going to refresh this exact same page, go to the exact same business and click on the share button. Okay. Now I've already just tracked the first one. Now here's the second link they gave you. This is what is called a dynamic link. Dynamic meaning as though it changes. All right. So if you are out there building links, I only shared one. This happens all the time. Now there's the numbers actually in the sequence all mean different things. Okay. But that's irrelevant to the fact. What I'm pointing out here is if you're building links to your Google business profile, do not send them to dynamic properties. That's it. That's the tip. If you're going to utilize hyperlinks, or I'm looking to send links to my asset for whatever reason, I would hope you're creating links to your asset in order to drive traffic to your Google business profile. But we cannot build backlinks, hyperlinks on a link that we created on RIP that has been referenced back to the same address. right? This is a dynamic link. It has to be a link that's easily accessible, that is never going to change. This is a static URL that is never going to change, that is not tied to an individual person. Okay? So we're looking for we're looking for static URLs. So what's the difference here? So let me point this out. So see this business here? So if you highlight this, right click, and then you go to highlight this right here, this will never change. I know you will never do this, but what this URL will do is here. If you go here, it'll highlight the name. It goes to highlight. So going to highlight, there's a name for these types of links. Okay. Also, the link that never changes on Google is the link that Google actually has. This link right here. Google is a website just like yours. Google has subfolders and subdirectories and subdomains just like you. Your link on Google's site is always the same. What might change when we're looking at Google, if you take a look at the URL, is the Z or the sizing, depending on if you zoom in or zoom out or where you're searching from. But your URL is always the same. If you're going to share a link that never changes and is not dynamic. I'll leave it at that. All right. So I just want to point that out to you. Okay. The last piece of information that I'll share with you today, since we are on a Google business profile traffic link, sending traffic to reviews. Oh, I thought I had another one. I guess not. So today what we covered was, does missing calls inside of the Google business profile affect the overall performance? 1,000%. Some things I can't show, but I assure you, a business over a sustained period of time that is consistently missing opportunities will consistently drop in rankings. Aside from this, short links or dynamic links and static links there is a difference. Just like the example that I shared here within, I don't know if it was this one or whatever the case may be. If you're going to a link that's a shortened link or a link that changes, let's not use those links for sharing or for building links to or pushing traffic to. Because the reason to share a link is so we could get traffic to the asset, right? So we want it to be a link that's not appended or attached to us as a human, right? Our computer, our PC at this time, at this IP, right? No, this is the same URL always, and it gets shared across the web in order to help us get traffic to our asset so we can help our potential customers. Okay? I hope this is wildly helpful for you. I know it's just 2 small tips, but again, my name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. If there's anything I could ever help you with, check us out over there. You can get links to everything from there. Live support's over there from 11 to 3, Monday through Friday, and her name is Tammy. All right, so let's go over here. And we'll see if we can help out a few people. All right. If you have a question right now live, I'd be more than happy to answer it for you. But we have a question here. Do you do anything to make sure that the backlinks are indexed? I've mentioned this numerous times. Here. It's given canned responses, which I don't necessarily want right now. Okay. All right. Yes and no. So as far as links being indexed, if you're referencing the index being search results, the answer is no. The index is the index. The search results are the search results. Do I want the links to be crawled and indexed? Yes. Do I care if they're inside of the search results? Not really. Now, if I were to sell links, right? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But if I were to, then yes, I would want those links to be indexed. But that's for other reasons. That's because the customer values to see that. But if I'm working on a project where the customer is not buying service, they're buying a result, What I care about is them getting the result. And I know as a seasoned professional that I need to make sure that my links are getting crawled and into the index so I could get credit. All right, so hopefully that helps. Now, there is extra value to having it show in the search results, but the extra value is just so it's consistently getting re-crawled. That's it. It's fresher in the index because after a course of time, as the index grows, the link has a link decay, which was coined. First time I heard that word or terminology was Ted Kabitis at SEO Fight Club. Great channel. You should check him out for sure. He knows what he's talking about. But with that being said, link decay makes perfect sense as the true index, not search results, grows, right? As the actual index grows, there's more people in the index, right? This is a simple way of thinking of it, how I like to think of it. As it grows, each website is losing value over the course of time as the index grows because it's not as fresh. So the link's power over time decays. Makes perfect sense, right? And then this is what you can see. Generally, even if you go and read Google's, when they're talking about blocking sites and everything, the value is about 6 months, 180 days. Think about blocking sites and think about their own tools that they give you for blocking content or getting content removed. It's about 180 days, right? So what I'm getting at here, or the point of this, is the only reason I would want it in the search results is that it stays getting crawled. It stays receiving value, right? But that's all. But unless it's a really high potent link, like something I got on Yahoo or Business Insider, unless it's some crazy link on a website that's going to get crawled a lot, if it's a duplicate citation or a duplicate PR or something that has been, that it's the same thing over and over again, it's going to lose value over time. It's just what it is. So I don't know what you're referencing in here, but I hope that answers it. Can you tell me how to get Yahoo links? I mentioned that. So that's inside of PR. I think I did it on my phone, so it doesn't show up for some reason. Another great vid. Hardware requirements. So I think 4 core, 8 GB of RAM is going to be good. 4 cores, 8 gigs of RAM minimum. All right. Do you think that the review entity box URLs on website and social media, you'll be changing my view as ranking factor? Is Google's trust building factor? And can't thank you enough for this next level chess compared to checkers mindset. Brilliant, like always, Chris. Oh, I'm glad to. We all see the same thing through different eyes. And I think over the course of time, we start viewing things a lot differently as well. So this video was pointing out the entity boxes inside of reviews. Most notably when somebody reviews you, if somebody says a specific word that is an entity more than 3 times, Google will put a bubble around it. So oftentimes our services or locations are entities. So these are the things that we want repeated a lot of times. And then there's these things, I call them trust words. You'll see words like family or words like trust or professionalism. I see those bold up too. All right. So glad to help. All right. Thank you for sharing this video, Chris. My pleasure. Website canonical to avoid content duplication. Should we set the location pages on the website as canonical? Yes. Yes. So you do as best practice. He's referencing canonical tag. Setting your canonical on the pages you create is best practice. So that's that. Let's go down here. Hey, Chris, you're creating citation listings and directories and PRs. How many do you usually do per month? I read somewhere months ago that is recommended. Okay. All right. So, We build 500 to 1,000 citations / directories and PR links in month 1, and then every 90 days we do a refresh campaign. Since you asked, all right. So generally when directory, oh, I missed a Y. Okay. Generally, if a client, this will be the last one here. I'll answer your questions live next, and then we'll end this. But generally, if somebody's just starting out, we do what is called the essentials. Right now, some clients already have the essentials done, so we don't have to do this. That's why I think that SEO packages are, without identifying exactly what the client needs, like just buying a package is madness. Not only can it be not what you need, like less than what you need, but it could be more than what you need, and then you're wasting coins. We don't want to waste money. We want to do what is optimal for the client so they can find success fastest and for the cheapest money, period, right? Which is better for me. So with that being said, let's say that they're starting fresh. What we make sure to do is the essentials. Within my very small organization of 12 people, the essentials to us are local for a local business. When they come in the door is citations. That's 60 to 75 links, 100 directory listings. We're going to do a basic PR, 500 links, a premium PR, 750 links. And then we're going to do what is called a data aggregation submission. And that's generally picks up anywhere between 100 to 1,000 more links. I know, mind blowing, right? A lot of these sites are no follow. With that being said, every 90 days, we'll do a refresh campaign. Depending on if we're building location pages, it depends on what we're doing. But we take care of the essentials first, and then we move into every 90 days, sometimes every 4 months. It depends on the client and the budget and what else we're doing. Like if I'm allocating dollars towards page build outs, pages come before links. Content trumps links every time. But we get our essentials first. So I hope that helps you out. So let's go over here and take a look. We'll see if there's any types of questions. If there are, we'll answer them. If not, it's Friday. So here we are. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit larger and we'll answer some of these questions. Joe Jam says, Chris is the man. Thank you, brother. All right. Hey, Zane, my good friend. Zane says, hey, let's get this interview up. All right, let's get this interview fixed up. Anthony T says, can I ask a question? Absolutely. Throw it in. I'll be more than happy to. Zane, if you will, head on over to chrispalmer.org. There's a button there that says consultation. Head over to the consultation calendar link. Inside of there, you'll see a link that says either clients only or a reschedule. Under reschedule or clients only, pick a time slot. Inside of that time slot would be the best for me, unless maybe you're in the UK or whatnot. Tell me which day and time inside the stream is best for you, and we'll make it so. Or if you want to, please reach out on Facebook or give me a call or a text at 570-810-1080. Zane, that's for you. All right. So let's keep going down the list. I have a client who is legally renamed his business. Should he just create a whole new GBP or use the existing one? I have a client who has legally renamed his business. So he's only renamed it, right? The address hasn't changed. So we're literally talking about the name of the business, and it's 100% legal. So all of that equity, time, we don't want to change the CID. The content identification number or the client ID number of Google, we don't want to change. When we change that, we restart the clock. If we change the name, we don't change our place ID and we don't change our CID. So it's going to be in your best interest just to change the name. It may trigger a re-verification, but as long as everything is on the up and up, and it sounds like it is, you'll be perfectly fine. This isn't uncommon. Like this is a common thing. Now, lead gen guys like myself sometimes don't want to change the name because it triggers re-verification. But if you're a legit business and you legitimately changed your name, then you can legitimately change your name and go through re-verification. All right. Hopefully that helps you out. What to do? Okay, so that was it. All right then. So it's been an absolute pleasure. Zane, if you see this, 570-810-1080. Reach out, send me a text message. Let me know the days you're available. I'd love to get in there with you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Again, I'm Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. If there is anything I can help you with at all right, anything, whether that's citations, whether that's PR, anything. All right. I have a crazy only from now till the end of the month. So regardless of what it is, Google Maps traffic, whether it's the spam fighter campaign, Google Maps traffic, premium press releases, I think are going to be the most helpful. A premium press release, if you use the code PR-CTR, so PR and CTR as the actual button, look at this. $70 off, $280 for a premium press release. That's writing in the best link. $70 off, almost $100. Nobody's doing them this cheap. I promise you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so not for this type of link report. Look at this. Like, dude, my goal with Chris Palmer Marketing is to offer some of the best services for the best price. I've been slowly but surely beating away at the customer service. I got somebody in there answering tickets, somebody on live support Monday through Friday. Like we're working on it. I really am. I'm really actually trying. I want to offer some of the better stuff for the best price. So I'm sourcing the best stuff. I'm making great relationships. I promise you'll be happy, man. Check us out. It's been an absolute pleasure. If there's something I could help you with, ask in the section below. If you need more time, I come on here live every Thursday. I give complimentary time to answer any and all questions. If you can't catch me on Thursday, then on Wednesdays, I go on Craig Campbell's channel at 12 o'clock. If you just have questions or if there's something you need help with, I have live support on my website. I answer every comment in the section below, as long as it's a question. If you need mobile proxies, check out proxypixie.com. That's my site. I have a partner, of course. Interested in tools. We have a keyword cannibalization tool, a citation checker, an entity tool. We're about to have a maps checker. We've been working on search engine optimization tools.com for a long time. I'm going to start giving all types of tools away for free. I'm coming. Dude, I am coming. Coming at the market, right? I love you guys. It's been such a blessing. SEO changed my life, and I hope that I can help you with SEO so it can change yours. You have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.